Hello. Today I'm going to share how I often spend time on Instagram with editing challenges. So there are two main accounts or hubs that I frequent. One of them is Edit Grammar, as you can see here. They have a challenge every weekend and they provide an image. So for example, this was the image provided, a tent. And then people download the image from the profile link here, and then they edit it creatively. And the edits that are featured, different people have edited the tent, as you can see here. This is actually my entry. It was in a comic style. I created an Asterix Obelisk one. So Edit Grammar is one hub. And the other hub that I frequent a lot is FX_HDR. And as you can see here, this weekend they had provided a car for an editing. And the way you take part in the edit challenge is, first you go to the profile link, the drop box there, and you tap on that. And you continue to website, and then you touch the photo in the center and add to photos. So now I've downloaded the photo, and now the next step is to actually edit it. So I'm going to go into SuperimposeX, which is my favorite editing app. And here I'm going to tap on the plus and pick the image of the car. And it shows me the pixel resolution that it's editing. And I click on check mark. Now the next thing I want to do is, in this particular edit, I wanted to place a body in the trunk of the car. So I'll exit SuperimposeX and go to Google, and I'm going to search for body in boot of car and click on the images. And I think I like this one. So I'm going to click on this and click on copy. And then I go back to SuperimposeX. I click on the plus, photo layer, and paste. So I've got the body in the trunk. I'm going to reduce the image a little bit and crop it out because I don't even need most of it. So I've got that thing here. Now the next thing I want to do is mask out the trunk. So I click on mask, and I go to the mask tool. I'll choose the first one, the lasso, and I'm just going to trace the area that I want to mask out, maybe like that, and check. So now I've got the body here. So the first thing you realize is that the trunk is in a different direction from the image that I have of the car. So I can go to transform and flip horizontal. So now it's a little bit more matching. So now I'll slide it and place it approximately where I think it looks okay. And I'm going to layers, blend, and reduce the opacity of this layer to see how it looks like it might fit. And I think I need to go to editor, distort, transform, and I want to skew this a little bit so that it better fits the car image that I'm going to do. And because I have it, and I'll click on the check mark on top. Next, I'll go to mask, and I'll go to the masking. I'll choose a regular brush. I reduce the size a little bit, and I just start erasing out like that. And because I can see the original car, I can kind of tell that I can make it look like it's inside the boot of the car or the trunk. And now I'll go to layer, blend, and increase the opacity. So the next thing I want to do is I want to make it look like the lid of the car is open, the trunk. So I'll go to my layers and click on the car and click duplicate. And I move this layer to the top. And now I'm going to mask tool, and choose the wand again and carefully trace what I think is the boot of the car, and click on the check mark. Now I'll hide and show only the current layer, and it looks like I've done a fairly good job of tracing it, so I'll display the layers. And now what I'm going to do is to transform, or maybe I'll rotate a little bit. So let me go to transform and rotate this up a little. So that doesn't quite show the body the way I want. So I'm going to editor, transform, and I'm going to move this from here like that. Try to move it down. And I need to make this a little wider here. And again, just play around with the dimensions a little bit, so that it looks like there's a body inside the trunk. Okay, that looks acceptable, I think. What I need to do is check. I needed to shrink the picture a little bit so that I can expand this layer and make it a little larger. So that's how I placed the body in the trunk. And when I'm satisfied with that, I can add some more objects to the image. So, for example, I may like to add some vulture or some creature like that. So I'll again go to Google and search for vulture and PNG. PNG means it's an image that's already masked out. So it makes it very easy. I don't even have to bother to cut. So if I click on something that I like here, maybe this one, copy, and then go back to SuperimposeX, plus photo layer, paste, and click yes. So what happened here was even though I search for a PNG, the background is white instead of being transparent. So I go to mask tool and click on this one and click on the white area, and that disappeared. I go to blur, shrink, and shrink the mask a little bit so that the white border is gone. And go back to transform, and I can move the bird, the vulture, and keep it maybe sitting on the roof of the car like that. So once I'm done with superimpose the main objects that I want, so maybe I like, okay, that looks fine for now, I think. So I'll go to the top and go to save, JPEG high quality, and save to photos. And then what I do is I open it up in some other app for editing. So for example, I wanted to change the sky. So this was one of the apps that is good to change the sky. It's called Picnic. Click on gallery and click on the bird and just try out the different skies. As you can see, it's dramatically changing the mood. So depending on the atmosphere you want to create, you can change it like that. And if this looks good, you click on the center of the bottom and save the image. It's saved to the camera roll, and then I close the app, close Safari. Then maybe close Instagram. Maybe I'll use some other app to add some more birds. So I can go to distressed FX, click on the top, choose from camera roll, and I take the picture that I created here. Done. And in distressed FX I have different filters, so maybe I can try something like that to give a lighting effect, a dramatic one. Click on the birds in the center. Then I have different type of birds I can use. So maybe I want 2 of these, so I can place them there like that. And if I wanted, I could add one of the textures to the photo to give it a grainy look, and so on and so forth. So in distress effects, from the top right, I saved the picture to my camera roll, and now this has been saved to the camera roll. At this point, if I wanted, I can go back to SuperimposeX and maybe layer, add layer, photo layer, bring the edited image into SuperimposeX, transform, fit to canvas, filled up, and maybe I can continue to add more elements to it, maybe a crime scene tape or a policeman or something else like that. But this is basically how I create images for Instagram. And once it's done, you go to Instagram. In the bottom, you click on plus and you take a photo from your library. The most recent one is shown there. If you click on this 2 arrows in the left, it will fill the screen in a rectangular mode. If you tap it again, by default, Instagram is square. So you do it like this, click next. You can apply an Instagram filter also. I don't usually do that. And then you click on next and you write a caption. Usually what you do here is you put the hashtag of the particular contest you have in mind. So in my case, what I do is I have notes like that. So I will highlight my notes here and maybe take some hashtags from here and click on hashtag of the contest. I usually save them like this because I reuse these hashtags often. And click on copy and go to Instagram, and here I will just click on paste. So it also has the name of some other hubs which are editing hubs, and that increases the visibility of your photo. And then you click OK, and that's it. That's basically how you enter an editing challenge in Instagram. I hope you found this useful. Thank you.